what are you doing home so early?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
What? I had a parent-teacher conferences. What about yourself?
Don't ask.
Well, want a sandwich?
No.
How about half a sandwich?
No, I don't want anything, Jeremy.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Don't ask. Please, just don't ask, okay?
Tell me what's the matter.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, geez, you're not to take my head off.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you always said talking helps.
Honey, not about this one, okay?
It's the Bradshaw hearing, isn't it? Something went wrong.
Why don't you put it another way? Nothing went right.
What happened? What did he want, huh?
He wanted to crucify me.
Guess he gave you a bad time.
Bad time. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, what did he do?
It was unbelievable, Jeremy. I sat in that hearing, and he looked right at me, and he told the supervisory board that he ordered an injection of heparin for Mrs. Newell, and I didn't carry out the order.
What? Why would he do a thing like that? He never gave you such an order.
You know it, and I know it, and now the whole board doesn't think that way. Not even Dr. Drake.
Well, you've got to tell him. Why didn't you speak up?
I spoke up, Jeremy. I spoke up. I screamed, I shouted, I did everything.
Well, what's wrong with that? I mean, if you're telling the truth, it shouldn't matter. That's what he said.
Then Steve suspended me.
I'm sorry, Mo.
It just isn't fair.
See, I know this is very hard on you.
It's hers, isn't it?
Yes, it's hers. I gave it to her for her birthday. Now we have to find the man who tried to pawn it.
Luke, we'll get him.
Yeah, we'll get him, Rick. If we have to take every pier out of the waterfront, we'll get him.
Where do we start?
Check it out.
Hold your horses.
Must be something juicy.
My horoscope. I don't know why I bother. It doesn't sound like it's such a hot date.
You believe in that stuff?
Sure, don't you?
I don't know.
Hey, I even had my chart done up once. Gypsies camped down by the water. What's your sign?
Capricorn, I think.
Capricorn. Oh, man. I don't want to butt in or anything, but if I was you, I'd have my chart done as soon as I could.
Anybody around here tell fortunes?
Not that I know of. Hey, wait a minute. They've been saying Luke Spencer has some kind of psychic mind. Maybe you ought to go see him.
Who's Luke Spencer?
Oh, man, you have been out to sea a long time if you don't know about him. He's the guy who's got that big yacht they turned into a nightclub. You've seen it all lit up. The Haunted Star, they call it.
Oh, yeah, I know the place. Just opened up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I was you, I'd stop by there and see Spencer.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not superstitious, but give me something to do before I sail, you know.
If you sail, this here horoscope seems to think it's not a good idea.
I'm sailing tonight on evening tide. See ya.
Still don't see why we have to do this.
Luke and Robert just want to ask you a few more questions.
Questions. Jackie, I've answered over 6,000 questions over and over again.
I know, but this will be it, I promise.
Why? It's not going to be any different.
Well, they seem to think it will. So please, let's do it just this last time. They seem to think they've got something that'll jog your memory. I don't know.
Could fit 3 dozen guys that I have seen around here.
Yes, but the regulars, they have a way of knowing who's who.
There's got to be something more that we can do to help you.
Yeah, I'd only be too willing. It's just the worst possible thing to have to stand by and do nothing.
Look, I know very well how hard it is to keep business going as usual when we're so close to finding her, but it will do us no good for everybody to go shooting off in 6 different directions.
I think he's right.
Hey, Doc, Blackie said you want to see me? Hi.
Oh, hi, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny, can we do it a little later, though? I got something else on my mind right now that...
Yeah, I know. It's your daughter.
Yeah.
Joe told me. Look, everybody's out there. They're looking for any guy in a pea jacket and a beard. You really think this guy might have something to do with Laura's disappearance?
Well, he turned up with her necklace, Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
And the only thing to do now is find out.
You gotta find him first. We will. Look, I got Blackie and his gang working on it.
What? Oh, yeah? I would have never thought to ask them.
Oh, no, you didn't need to ask him. You know, once they got wind of what was going on, they spread out over the waterfront like a net. Yeah. They feel like they owe you one. You know, there wouldn't have been any money for the boxing ring at the sports center if it wasn't for you, Lou. And Doc, if it weren't for you, there wouldn't even be a sports center. And what they owe, they pay.
Times like this, I begin to think that we're getting more out of that sports center than the kids are.
No way.
Yeah,
It's the place to be, you know? They want to be there, the sports center, their place. You understand? You see, you gave them trust. And these guys, they don't get much, you know, and they don't hand it out very fast either. Anyway, you got their trust now.
Thanks, John.
There isn't anything they'll not do to help you out. If anybody's going to find this guy, they will.
We appreciate it, John.
Yeah, well, they really appreciate what you've done. Hey, you gotta come down to the sports center and see all the things your money from the opening bought.
Yeah, well, I will. I'll do it. If not before, then certainly the night of your fight.
It's just an exhibition.
Hey, who cares, man? It'll be a pleasure to see you back in the ring.
Yeah.
Speaking of the ring, I've got a few rounds I need to do back at the boat.
Not more trouble, Luke.
Well, there won't be any more trouble if I can get the truth out of Jackie's sister.
You still questioning her?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she knows something she's not given up, Rick.
Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she really doesn't know what he's up to.
Leslie, she knows David Gray, and I know that she knows something she's not telling us. I'll find out what it is.
Oh.
I'll let you know after it happens. I got a new attack this time.
Just in time. I'm having a practice run for the happy hour.
Well, nobody's very happy, Robert, especially Laura.
I don't see why we have to go through this whole thing again. I've told you what I know. Now, if you want to know more, you should just wait until David and Mel get back into town. Question this.
Oh, believe me, love, we intend to. As a matter of fact, we're just aching to.
Then why don't you let up on me?
Because we feel we can prod your memory. There are still too many blank spots.
Blank spots? I've told you all that I know. If there was something else, I'd tell you.
Then why aren't you telling us about that back room at the antique store? And also, I'm quite curious to know as to what Mel and his buddy David are actually working on there.
Look, if I knew, I'd tell you. I have nothing to hide and no reason to hide it.
Good. In that case, you won't mind taking a lie detector test, will you?
Oh, Jeremy, I don't mean to take all this out on you. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. Get it out of your system. I'm glad you did. Feel better?
Not really.
Are you sure you don't want me to fix you something to eat?
Honey, I couldn't eat a thing if I tried. Oh, there's a car. Look. I'm going to go upstairs. Whoever it is, I don't want to see them, okay? Just tell them I'm asleep or something, all right?
Yeah.
Really, just, I want to be alone.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Hello, Jeremy. Where's your mother?
What?
Your mother, darling. Is she at home?
Yeah, she's upstairs, but, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Good. Well, I'm going to go up and see her.
Wait.
Darling, I want to go up and see your mother.
Well, why did Steve do what he did?
Oh, Jeremy, I know it's difficult to understand.
But why did he suspend her? I mean, she was telling the truth.
I wish I could explain it, but he is chief of staff, and he has to go by the rules and think about the whole hospital. Now, darling, I, on the other hand, am thinking about only one person, your mother. So I am going to go up and see her, whether she wants to see me or not.
Hey, Doc, I know there's a lot on your mind, so you want to come back later?
Oh, no, I just was wondering how the plans were going on the exhibition belt, that's all.
Oh, great. Brian is some organizer.
I told you he was the right man for the job. That's my man.
He's really getting it together over there.
He is the right man for the right job, evidently.
Yeah. Hey, Packy's got some great ideas, too, but if you left it up to him, you know, half of them wouldn't see the light of day.
Blackie is very involved with your training.
Yeah, and how? And I'm concentrating on it every minute myself. Well, nearly every minute. Packy's got some sparring matches lined up for me to help me get ready.
That's good. That's good. You should be in tip-top shape.
I will be. This is really important to me, you know? Look, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know this isn't any big deal, but, well, for me, it's a start. You know, and once the word gets out...
Watch out, Sugar Egg.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, this time I am aiming right for the top.
Yeah, Brian says you can do it, too. And so does a lot of other people.
Oh, I know.
I've been a little bit worried. Is there any possibility, even a vague one, that whatever it was that triggered that attack 18 months ago could happen again this time?
Oh, I don't see how, Leslie. I still don't know what caused it.
Well, maybe you should test him again.
Monica and I tested him very carefully. There wasn't even the hint of something wrong.
Oh, that was a little while ago.
Well, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have another EKG. Yeah.
Good. All you have to do is convince him.
Well, we'll find out if I can do that real quick, won't we? Johnny.
Yeah.
Leslie and I were just talking. We thought it might be a good idea for you to have another EKG.
I thought you said there was nothing wrong with my heart.
No, there's nothing wrong. There shouldn't be nothing wrong. The first tests were fine. It's just, well, it's been a while since you had that, and you're doing a lot heavier training now.
Besides, we have a very selfish reason. We want our very own champ.
You know, you're going to have him.
Fine. Does that mean I have the authority to make the arrangement?
Yeah, sure. When?
Well, how about this afternoon, if that won't mess your training schedule up?
No, today would be great.
I get right on it. Excuse me.
Oh, Doc.
Yeah?
I want to ask you something.
Sure. If it's about the EKG, you don't have to worry.
No. I think that's a snap. But I was just wondering about something. Is Amy on duty this afternoon?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I was just wondering.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much. Well, it's all set this afternoon. It seems you have some fans down there because of what you showed them at Dollard's Day.
Listen, you're in luck, kiddo, because I happen to be heading for the hospital right now. And I could give you a ride unless you're intending to run all the way back.
No, thanks. But I am in a rush to get to the hospital, and, yeah, I'll take you up on your ride.
Okay, we'll both go inside the car. You'll let me know if you learned anything?
Yeah, John, thanks for your cooperation. It's very important to all of us to know that your ticker's all right.
Oh, all right. Hey.
Yeah.
It is a polygraph test. It is no big deal. It won't even hurt.
Jackie, I'm not lying, so why do I have to take the stupid test?
Then this will just confirm that you're not lying. Now, do you promise me you're not?
Yes, I told you everything that I can remember. Everything.
Then this will just help us sort out your story.
Why don't you just say what you really mean? It separates the truth from the lies, right? Okay? I don't mind taking your stupid lie detector test.
Good. I'm sure it won't mind having you take it. As a matter of fact, it'll probably be a great challenge to it.
Yeah, you don't have to be nasty about this.
I'll go down to the cops and arrange it.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, why not, Robert? She just said she'd take the test.
Yes, but Ramsey hasn't said that he'll do it, and as I doubt that you're even on his most popular list at the moment, I'd best be the one.
Well, he doesn't have to love me to give her a test.
Now, if he likes to feel appreciated. So while I'm doing that, why don't you take the description of the sailor to the harbor master and see if you can turn up something.
All right, I'll do that. I'll see the harbor master, and I'll meet you at Ramsey's later.
Okay.
You two stay here.
He always that hyper.
Unfortunately, I think it's his nature.
To know him is to love him.
You know, sometimes I think he needs a lot of help.
It's what friends are for, isn't it? And speaking of friends, I think I'll sashay off to Ramsey, see if he wants to be my friend today.
Hi, sir. I don't think you remember me, but I...
Luke Spencer, of course. You're a hard man to forget. As a matter of fact, I've been expecting you.
Oh, really?
Yes, word travels fast down here. You're looking for a sailor with a beard, I believe.
Well, it is quite a grapevine.
How can I help?
Well, I would like a list. First of all, I'd like to give you this description of him, and if you find out who that guy is, to let me know. And secondly, I'd like a list of all the ships that docked in Port Charles last week.
That's easy. I doubt that'll do you much good, though.
Why do you say that?
Do you have any idea how many sailors grow beards when they're on long voyages?
Well, aren't there regulations or something?
Not these days. There must be hundreds.
Oh, I guess it gives them something to do.
I guess I'm out shaving every day.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got a beard. Thank you for the list.
Of course, but if you're going to check out every crew, you've got quite a job on your hands. A few large ships came in last week.
We'll get to every one of them, believe me.
Well, have you any leads?
No, but we've already checked out all the bars and flop houses in the waterfront.
You'll find it not all seamen frequent those spots, Mr. Spencer.
I know. That's why I needed the list. Well, I guess we'll start on their home addresses.
Well, good luck. You're going to need it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Jeremy, I told you I don't want to see anybody.
Not Jeremy, it's me, and I'm coming in. Now look, Anne.
Audrey, I'm okay. I don't need anyone holding my hand. I have nothing to say.
Darling, I think there is a great deal to say, and I'm not going to stay out of this one more minute.
I said I'm okay.
Well, you're okay, that's fine. I'm not. I've never been so shocked in my life. I mean, speechless. When Steve told me that he suspended you, I stood there with my mouth
Please,
open.
Audrey.
Now, granted, Steve is chief of staff, and I can't tell him how to do his job. But it doesn't mean that I agree with him. I think in this instance he was 100% wrong.
Audrey.
Now, darling, it doesn't mean that I agree with the way you handled your feelings toward Arthur Bradshaw. It has nothing to do with feelings. Now, I know, as well as I am sitting here right now, that he had no right to accuse you the way he did. I mean, you are too good a nurse to forget a pre-op medication. I mean, if he had ordered the heparin for Mrs. Newell before he operated on her, then you would have given it to her. I don't know why he did this. It isn't right. I mean, we're just going to have to prove that he lied.
He did, Audrey. He lied.
Yes, I know he did. You are too professional. You are too thorough to ever fail to carry out a surgeon's orders. He lied. That's true. That's all there is to it.
I said that, and Steve suspended me, Audrey, and Noah thinks I got exactly what I deserved.
Oh, darling, I know Noah didn't mean that.
Oh, yes, he did, and I told him if he meant this, I never want to see him again.
Oh, Anne, he was just acting rashly. And for that matter, so was Steve.
I don't know, Audrey. I mean, I really might have pushed him in a corner there. I got pretty emotional.
Well, I would, too, if someone accused me of something like that.
I just shouldn't have done what Joe told me. He said to keep cool. I just never expected anything like that.
It was a complete surprise. I mean, we didn't know either what Dr. Bradshaw was going to say at that meeting.
Just the same, I blew it. I blew it. I mean, to call Dr. Bradshaw a liar in front of all those people, Audrey. I mean, what is my defense for that?
The truth.
Look, all we're trying to do is get a little bit of truth here.
Come on. Now, what kind of information are you talking about? No more of that David Gray stuff, I hope.
Well, indirectly, yes and no.
gee.
Look, as you are well aware, Laura Templeton appeared under rather mysterious conditions at the opening of the Haunted Star.
Yeah, who could forget that? I thought Luke was holding out on me again, knowing exactly where that girl was, then all of a sudden producing her like some theatrical effect.
But you now know that isn't the case.
Oh, now, yes, but it took a little convincing. I gotta get some milk.
Look, let me repeat, Bert, that took us totally by surprise.
No, I believe you. I believe you, Scorpio. The important thing is the young lady was found safe and sound, and let's just hope that Laura Spencer is found the same way.
Well, that's why we need information. We know that Laura Templeton is some way connected to David Gray.
David, oh, come on, not again. The man is running a legitimate antique business.
Yeah, look, I know that, and I'm not going to argue with you. But the point is, we feel that Laura Templeton can in some way lead us to Laura Spencer.
And so you have been asking her about this?
We've been questioning her, yeah, but we're not happy with some of the answers. We feel that you may lend a hand.
Only you want me to question her?
Yes and no. We figure if you plug her into your polygraph test, we can start the whole thing all over again.
You always did hate to wait, didn't you? Look, Laura, you wouldn't be having to take this polygraph test if you would have, helped us out with some information.
What do you want from me?
I want you to help us find Luke's wife.
I would be glad to help you find Luke's wife if I knew something about it.
All you had to do was answer our questions.
I did.
Yeah, but stuff that didn't matter. I mean, Mel's apartment. Every time we asked you anything important, you'd always say, I don't remember.
I don't.
Well, why don't you try and concentrate?
Jackie, look into my eyes, okay? Look at me. Ever since I was a little kid, you could always tell if I was lying, right? Okay, take a good look. I don't remember those things. Now, can't you believe me?
Damn it, Laura, I always thought I could read you like a book. Now all this disappearing David Grayback, I don't know. I just don't know. Hello.
Pardon the intrusion.
Hi, Robert.
Well, put on a happy face, love. We're on.
Ramsey agreed?
Yeah? And as soon as Luke gets back, you get your sister and drag her down to police headquarters. We're waiting.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.